we're ready to load up some of our red, white, and blue buckshot. Here's a regular one that I made. So we got our hole. I'm gonna put some powder in there. Put our wad in there. Put our pellet in there. And then one of these nice little toppers to cap it off. We're gonna do it on this mech loader, which is actually a pretty cool loader. I have it set up to where the finished shells will fall off here, go into this hole, and then they land down here in this little spot here. So I can just do what I need, pick them up out of there. Typically I would put my empty hulls in here and my wads in here, and I could set right here and just go for it. So first station, deprimes and resizes. At that time, one of the primers will fall down this tube, land right there under. This installs the primer, drops the powder. This side we put our wad up in here. Let's grab one. Like so. Installs the wad, drops the pellets, which we're going to be doing by hand, of course, since we're doing buckshot. Then we have a pre-crimp. Final crimp, which isn't going to go good now because there's nothing in there. And then one other final crimp that kind of just buttons it up for you. Falls down into there, end up with something like this. I'm going to use a shorter one. We just screw it on the top there. Got a little plug up here, pull it off. Got this funnel. Go ahead and wipe it down real quick. Wipe it down. Slide it up there. So we loaded it up with some green dot. We want a 20 grain charge. We basically got 1 1/8 ounce with these buckshots. 1 1/8 ounce if we're using 9 different pellets. So first we're going to get this calibrated to our charge, and then we will get our wads ready. So we'll start off by just seeing what kind of charge we have. Basically what I do is put a primed hole here, let it zero out, and I'll use that as our way to measure. We're at 18.5, so we gotta get a little bit more here. We're shooting for 20. So we're going to adjust the powder side. This is an adjustable bar. So you can see it's at 20. We'll go ahead and turn it up to 30. See where that gets us. So we'll empty this, make sure we're still zeroed, which we are. I like to run it through once before measuring it, after adjusting it. So let's see where this takes us. $18.7. We're going to go ahead and just go a full circle here. We'll just take it back by a grain or two. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and crank this guy down just a little. Double check our zero there. Run one more test just to make sure we're not extremely high. Yep, 19.8, I can live with that. I know I said I had a little rig to cut these and make life easier, but I can't find it. So we're just going to do them by hand. We got these wads here, which are CB2118-12 for 1 1/8 ounce load. It's a 12S3 replacement wad by Clay. Now we got to get rid of these little tabs here is the problem. So we just cut them off. I'm going to have to get a better pair of scissors. Normally you just need them close, but I'm going to make them kind of nice since we're doing this red, white, and blue thing. So you're basically going to cut them off like that. So I'm going to do all 25 of these and we'll load them up. We're back. I cut up our wads here. Down in the comment section I'll put the type of wad. Basically cut the fingers off as I showed you. Alright, before we get started we'll go ahead and do one just to show the process here in slow motion. We've got to skip the priming station, or the depriming station and sizing station, because these holes are pre-primed. So, where's our bag here? This is our holes. I got them off Midway for pretty cheap. I got a whole bunch of bags of them. That's what we're going to use since they're clear. So, first, powder charge. Next, a wad. Then we got to pull it out of the station there. Put our 3 red, our 3 white, and our 3 blue. Total of 9 pellets, 1 1/8 ounces. Now we go down to pre-crimp. Then we got crimp. Then we've got crimp. It's supposed to fall in there. And you end up with buckshot. Next we will go through and do a whole bunch of them. Show you how that works. Saves us one more little step there. Okay, so we got our holes here ready to go. We'll do our red first. We're going to put 3 pellets. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now our white. And our blue. Alright, then we got our little top wads here, punch outs, whatever. You can use cardboard. You can get one of these punches like so from a hardware store and punch them out of cardboard. That's what I've done for forever, but I got a good deal on these. So we're going to stick one of those on top of each one. Now we need to push them down a little. You don't really have to do this. It's something I've always kind of done. Just get a socket. I'm really not hitting them hard. Now we're gonna go ahead and crimp them. So you see this little spot here, it's this little spring-loaded dealie. We're gonna want to go into that station. We don't want to go into this station because we're not putting wads in, so it's kind of a pain, but you got to pull it up. Your first one's going to be pre-crimp. Second station is crimp. Am I not in there? Third station, just a little extra crimp there. And there we have it. Okay, there we have it. A red, white, and blue buck. We'll take it out and shoot it on Wednesday, hopefully. See how it shoots. We know it's going to shoot the same as other stuff, but what's the point of loading it if you're not going to go shoot it? You see we got a good crimp on them. Got some pressure on that wad there. We should be all good.